Hello. What is our third main topic today?
Main topic number 3 comes to us from Jesse Roy, who says, I just saw Screen Rant is reporting that in Captain America 4, Sam Wilson will be fighting Thunderbolt Ross. Does this mean that we're going to get Red Hulk? Ooh. I would also like to hear your thoughts and opinions. Keep up the great work and bring on the filthy.
All right. Thanks a lot for writing that in, Jesse. Okay. So I saw this morning going around that reports say that basically another antagonist in Captain America 4, because we know the leader, Tim Blake Nelson, is going to be the leader in reprising his role in Captain America 4, what's called New World Order. And we knew that Harrison Ford was going to be in it, but there's this report going around saying that they are going to battle each other, that we're going to see Cap and Thunderbolt Ross battle. I'm like, all right. And I saw a couple of headlines going around. I'm like, really? Well, that's interesting. Maybe that does mean Red Hulk. I haven't thought they were going to bring Red Hulk into it, but maybe that does mean Red Hulk, because like, bring up the website here. But like when you go over to Screen Rant and it says Captain America 4 sees Sam Wilson battle Thunderbolt Ross. It's like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Well, that's not exactly what the producer of Captain America 4 said. Now, they are getting this headline from a quote from Nate Moore, who is the producer of Captain America 4. This is actually what Nate Moore said, okay? He said the following. Well, look, Sam Wilson's Captain America. He is going to bring his own team into play. It's no secret that Samuel Stearns is making his return to that's the leader, to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is fantastic because Tim Blake Nelson's the best. Harrison Ford is taking on the role of General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, and to see Sam Wilson and Thunderbolt Ross, which, if you remember, actually threw Sam into prison at the end of Civil War because he violated the Sokovia Accords, there's going to be some natural sparks there, which I think are going to really be fun. The term he used is, there's going to be some natural sparks. There is nothing in what the producer of Captain America 4 said that remotely suggests that Cap and Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross, are going to battle and fight each other, or that Ross is going to be another antagonist in all this. Now, look, does this disqualify the idea that we could possibly see Sam Wilson, Captain America, fighting Thunderbolt Ross? It doesn't take away that possibility, but there is absolutely nothing in what Nate Moore said that backs up the headlines we see going around on some outlets today saying it's going to be Captain America versus Thunderbolt Ross. Captain America battles Thunderbolt Ross. He said there's going to be some sparks because Thunderbolt threw Sam in prison. Listen, he threw him in prison because, like the quote said, of the Sokovia Accords. One of the things we know because of the She-Hulk show, and well, we knew beforehand anyway, but the Sokovia Accords have been repealed. It's like the world in the MCU realized, oh yeah, the snap probably wouldn't have happened if we had all just realized that Cap was right the whole time. Anyway, the Sokovia Accords caused us misery. They got rid of the Sokovia Accords. My belief, and I am not backing this up with any insider knowledge, this is just me as another fan speculating. I think you are going to see Thunderbolt Ross and Sam Wilson as uneasy allies in Captain America 4.
As he turns into the Red Hulk.
As he turns into the Red Hulk. But no, I really think you are going to see, because at the end of the day, while he's a dick, Thunderbolt Ross is definitively a good guy. Thunderbolt Ross wants what is best for his country and the world. He is definitively a good guy. A dick, but a good guy. So I think you're going to see that they are going to be strenuous allies. They're going to have some sparks, all that kind of stuff. Rob, one other thought too about Red Hulk. At the end of She-Hulk, when Scar shows up, Bruce shows up. Hey, I want to introduce you to my son. One of the things that I mentioned is that one of the things that really concerns me in the MCU right now is the commodification of Hulk. Hulk's now just a commodity, right? Hulk used to be the nuclear option of the MCU. He was the ultimate threat. And now, well, we got Hulk, we got She-Hulk, we got little Junior Hulk. We're going to have a Red Hulk. Like Hulk for everybody. Hulk 2 for 1. Oprah saying, look under your chair. You get a Hulk and you get a Hulk. Everybody's got a Hulk. It's the commodification of the Hulk. And that worries me a little bit, but that aside. I don't think we're going to see Thunderbolt Ross and Sam on opposite sides here. I actually think they're going to be working together and not like it, but I could be completely wrong about that. Rob, you hear the quote in the comment. What kind of role do you think Harrison Ford's going to be playing in this movie? Guys, we want to thank one of the sponsors of this episode, Wondery, and their official Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power podcast. Your host, Felicia Day, and several special guests provide an inside look at the groundbreaking series and what it took to bring Middle-earth to life. Each of the episodes of the official podcast features exclusive interviews with the series showrunners, J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, including the very first full breakdown of the incredible season finale. Felicia also goes behind the scenes with the cast and crew to bring you jaw-dropping stories and Easter eggs you won't want to miss. So watch The Rings of Power on Prime Video and listen to all 8 episodes of the official The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power podcast for free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app now.
I mean, I think you have to look at the Captain America films as a benchmark or as a roadmap to what we're probably going to be getting. And then also you get to look at the Captain America, the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. These are very grounded shows, and they deal with politics, they deal with freedom, they deal with responsibility. And in my mind, they're some of my favorite movies in the MCU because of that, because they deal with real world issues. And one of the things I really liked about Falcon and Winter Soldier was Sam Wilson taking on the mantle of Captain America and what that means. And the fact that you have a man who's now taken on the symbol of all that's good in America, who has to basically work for somebody that threw him in jail. You know, that to me is great drama. That's great political theater. I'm sure that they'll be on opposite sides. And like you said, they're going to have to become uneasy allies for various reasons. And I even think Thunderbolt Ross doesn't accept Sam Wilson as, he's like, you know what? You weren't even a top drawer soldier when you were a soldier. You're not
sanctioned. You're not sanctioned to be Captain America.
I mean, there's so much great drama and in terms of, we've seen it before with our military heroes and all that. I think that's what they're talking about. And if you look at I understand how comic book fans want to see, I don't want to see the Red Hulk in a Captain America movie. I think the Captain America movies have a lot to say about, the current state of the world. You know, it could be really interesting with somebody like the leader causing some shenanigans, like going into a country, being bad. There's a lot there. And I think that, to me, what I like about the Captain America movies is they feel, and this might seem, don't jump all over me, but the most adult of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, in the sense that they have kind of grounding in the real world. Because, look, even though they talk about the Sokovia Accords, what responsibility do superheroes have to the government and to the people at large? That's fascinating to contemplate. And I think that those movies did a really great job of incorporating those ideas and still making them kick-ass superhero movies. I mean, look at Winter Soldier. It's one of the best MCU movies.
It's incredible. And again, the stuff they've done with the Hulk and where they are, but there is one idea, okay? Because, I rolled my eyes when Scar showed up with that stupid, Shaolin monk haircut, which looks great in Shaolin movies, but not so great on Scar. I had the one idea, because everybody's talking about World War Hulk. It's like, do you know anything about World War Hulk? The state of the MCU right now, there is no World War Hulk. You could make a movie and call World War Hulk, but, Kevin, are you watching, Kevin? Feige, I know you watch. God damn it, listen to me. Kevin? Okay, listen to me. Here, you listen to me now, okay?
Rob's like, I'm scared.
Here's your idea, okay? And if they're doing this, all is forgiven. All's forgiven. If the very reason they brought Scar in was to kill him. Because remember, what happened? What sets off World War Hulk in the comics?
Dark, man.
What kicks off World War Hulk in the comics, right? Ultimately, it's the death of his family. And he holds Xavier, Namor, Mr. Fantastic. He holds the Illuminati responsible, right? And he comes back to Earth to wreck shop, right? So, but there's no way to do that with the MCU the way it currently is. If you've introduced Scar, Hulk's son, and somehow, some way, whether it's Thunderbolt Ross, whether it's the incoming Charles Xavier, or the incoming Mr. Fantastic, or whoever else.
Or Namor.
Or Namor, or Wakanda, or the UN, or the Sokovia Accords Part 2, or whatever, and that is responsible for the death of his son, to see Bruce then revert to a World War Hulk kind of Hulk again, to then bring a World War Hulk. Look, you do that, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. Come on, who is not creaming right now thinking about that movie?
Well, I don't
Come
know
on.
that, but
You're
I'm
advocating
looking forward to the movie.
Kill that kid. Kill that kid in his stupid haircut.
You know what I'd love to see in terms of World War Hulk, if that were to happen, the tone of it, not shot the same way in first person at all, but the tone of Cloverfield.
Right.
Just terror in Manhattan. Things are collapsing, but they'll never do that. They'll never go that dark.
That movie, Cloverfield, holds up. That's a good movie.
But I'm just saying, if you narratively, because what could break Hulk at this point? Natasha's already dead, and they kind of cut off that storyline anyway. I mean, he's got his cousin, but that's more of a familial,
Kill 'em
fun
both.
kind of relationship.
Kill She-Hulk and Scar.
Yeah, they're not killing She-Hulk. But if you brought in, I'm telling you something, it's narrative genius. If you've brought in his son specifically to give Hulk something important that he can lose, and maybe Red Hulk in a Captain America 4 or something like that plays into it, and the first victim of Hulk's wrath is maybe Red Hulk, and then he ain't. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I know that I am. I'm just getting excited at the idea.
I just don't want them to take the focus off of Captain America as a character and as a symbol. And I think what they've done and how they positioned Sam Wilson taking on this mantle, this movie is going to be all about how he's accepted that mantle and how the world accepts him or doesn't accept him, or the military does or doesn't accept him. And I really like that idea, and that's why I am very excited about this movie.
Me too. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Do you think we're going to see Sam and Thunderbolt Ross on opposite sides? Do you think they're going to be on the same side like I do? They're just not going to like having to be on the same side. Is Red Hulk going to play a part of it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there.